Hello and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Chanel. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for you again. This reading is intended for the sign of Cancer. Wherever the placement is, it should be able to give you a message, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And we're taking a look at your love life from now up until the end of September. So Cancer, you got kind of an interesting message. I pulled some cards for you and your person or what's going on in love currently and then in the future, as well as some advice. But you're coming out with the Knight of Pentacles, and the environment or the person you're interested in is King of Wands in the reverse. So this is kind of strange because it feels like even though whoever you have your sights set on, they're actually not taking action towards you at this time. They're not showing interest at this time. It looks like even though you're aware of this, you've decided to stay the course, right? It's kind of this energy of like, I know how I feel, I know what I want. I feel like eventually I can get it from this person, but I'm not going to move past, this line. You've definitely, I don't want to say you stopped pursuing this person because you haven't. You're still very invested, but you're not taking any action towards them, right? It's like you perhaps have told this person what you want or how far you're willing to go. And it seems like because you're not continuing to go overboard in giving to this person, their attention has moved to something else at this time. I feel like for you, you're showing up in a way that's very consistent. You're not being wishy washy, right? You probably were very clear with whoever this is about what you were looking for. Like maybe if you were dating this person, you tell them, like, I want to be in a relationship. I'm not interested in something that's not defined. And for whatever reason, it feels like this person has kind of gone inside of themselves in a way that's coming off as very selfish to me with what I'm seeing here. I'm going to clarify this because this is giving you an opportunity to see a situation for exactly what it is, right? Versus what it could be or what you want it to be. Okay, so you feel like whoever this is like your other half, right? There's kind of an energy of feeling like you've had really good times with this person, or you could see yourself being with this person if perhaps you haven't been able to explore some of those like moments, right? You feel like this is the person for you. You feel like this person is hiding their feelings from you. So, one thing I'll say to you guys, as a Cancer, you're very intuitive. You're able to read between the lines. You're able to pick up on energy. And so it seems like you know this person almost better than they know themselves. The hard part, though, is separating what you are intuiting from what you are seeing, right? Because it's like you could understand why this person is moving the way they move. You could understand that perhaps they're not ready, but they're an awesome person and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, how much more do you want to put into something where it's like the partner is not showing up or the person that you're interested in is not showing up? And I do get where you're coming from with this because the feelings are there, right? You feel like this person is hiding their feelings from you or they're running from the connection. But if they're moving forward and you're staying put because you're like, this is what I want, this is where I'm at, you're not allowing yourself to be open to anything else that could come your way, right? This person is focused on something else. So let's take a look at them. Okay, so they're kind of trapped in their own like karmic cycle, their own bad choices. They're in the process of having to grow up or to change. They have to learn something about themselves. This person could be telling you, Cancer, like, oh, I just like to be by myself. Like, I care about you, but I want to be alone. I don't like relationships. Or I had a really bad relationship and now I'm not ready to commit. I want to advise you guys, be very careful about trying to put a lot of energy into waiting for someone to change or thinking that you're going to be the exception to what this person does, right? Let's take another look at what their focus is on. You know what's really weird is like this person could even be coming off as like saying they're confused, right? They're confused because it seems like they're still letting their past affect them. They're going to have to let something go before they could even be open to come towards you. It could be a relationship that they're already in, but it could also be the way that a relationship ended that's still affecting them, right? Like maybe they got a really bad divorce or they had a really toxic ex. They're still living in that. They're not even showing up in a way that they're available to start something new. And a lot of that is because they haven't figured out what the lesson was from their last situation. And so it's almost like the universe is forcing them to have to replay it in their mind over and over or relive it over and over. But it's creating the sun. So you're going to end up seeing in September, if you're not already starting to notice this now, like towards the end of September, because this is your future energy, that this person, even though they check a lot of your boxes, they're a free agent, right? They kind of like attention. They're in love with the idea of being wanted or being in love, but they're not going to show up in a way that would allow you to commit to them because that's how they control situations, okay? I think you suspect this, but I also think that you feel like you could somehow not sway their decision, but like if you show up in a way that's consistent, there's kind of an energy here of hoping that eventually that will happen for them, right? That rather than like do a bunch of harping on this person to get it together or be different, you're trying to lead by example, right? And change kind of like your environment through the changes that you make in yourself. The issue though is that this person isn't really even paying attention to your example because of King of Wands in the reverse. King of Wands reverse, King of Wands reverse. They're in the process of trying to figure out who they are. And so they're so self-absorbed at this time. Even if you see all these really great qualities inside of them, they have yet to discover that for themselves. This person has a lot of insecurities. They have a lot of issues with their self-esteem. It seems like they're lacking in direction. So part of the problem that I'm seeing here is that if you're showing this person like, hey, this is how I show up, this is what I want from you, now the ball is in your court, they don't know what to do with it, right? They don't even know that they have the ball. Like, this is somebody who you would not want to be running the show because they're not going anywhere. They don't get what's supposed to happen next. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to caution you guys about like perhaps putting all your eggs in one basket. It does look like this is somebody that you have a strong connection to. So I get it. But at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of like you trying to manifest this person to feel what you feel or to see what you see. And they're so caught up in themselves and kind of their own selfishness or their own experiences that they haven't dealt with. They're not even available to see anything. Not only that, but because this person struggles with their sense of self, they get distracted very easily, right? Because they don't have the focus to know, like, this is what I want. This is where I'm going. I found this really great thing in Cancer. I'm going to build something. Instead, this is somebody that's like, oh, maybe I should be over there. Maybe I should be with that person. Maybe I should be doing that thing. I don't even know if I want to live here anymore. Maybe I need to go on a new adventure. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're always looking for the next thing that is going to like show them what they feel like they haven't seen about themselves. And what's really unfortunate is they're looking outward rather than taking the time to look within. Okay. Now, you guys, I really, really want you to be careful in the future because I'm seeing you feeling upset, right? You're putting energy into like, hey, I'm going to love this person from a distance. I'm going to leave the door open for this person. I feel this connection. They're going to find their way back to me. And what's crazy is like this person could have told you that they feel connected to you too. But unfortunately, because they're not connected to any specific thing, they're not connected to themselves, they're not connected to source, that changes. You know what I mean? It changes by the day what this person wants or who they are, or how they want to show up. And so in the future, I'm seeing you frustrated because you're like, hey, I've been waiting. I was under the impression you were going to come back. I was under the impression you were going to figure this out, and nothing's happened. Well, the thing is that this person has checked out. They're not there, right? And so you're still in this. You're still kind of having this narrative of like, it's going to be us. It looks like they go on to do something else. Okay. Well, for some of you, this person goes off and gets somebody pregnant, right? For others of you, this person takes the energy that you're giving them and it builds them up to the point that they go and find a different partner because they're feeling so good about themselves in that moment. They don't realize that the only reason they feel that way is because of what you've done or what you've provided them with. And so it's like they take it and they run with it, right? I feel like for you, you're going to end up feeling very frustrated. You'll feel very ignored is what this looks like, and trying to figure out what happened here, right? I don't understand how I was, consistent, or how I opened the door, or how I gave to this person and I allowed them to explore themselves or to figure it out for themselves and try to be supportive. And then at the end of the day, they never came back. They took all of my energy and they gave it to someone else, and they let me heal them, or they let me, support them. And instead of reciprocating once they felt better or once they figured it out, they just went off and built something, long term with someone else. They gave everything to a new person that they should have given to me. Right. And so I don't want you to be in that situation, because it looks like there's something for you. There's a soulmate that you could have already met, or they could be coming soon. But the difficulty is by the time this person goes off and creates something that looks very long-term with someone else, you will be focusing on why they haven't come back, or how could they give to somebody that wasn't me. And you'll do that so much that you'll miss out on what the universe was trying to give you, right? I want you guys to understand the universe has seen this whole situation and it knows what this person owes you. It knows that there's a deficit, but this person is not in a place where they can give you anything but what you give to them. And what I mean by that is, like, they're not going to say you give this person love. They're not going to give you love back because they're empty. So all they can do is give you some of the love that you gave them back, but they also need some of the love that you gave them to keep sustaining, right? Versus if you met a partner who was whole and healthy and knew what they wanted, you would be giving them your love and they would be giving you their love, because they wouldn't be like sustaining merely on what you're giving them. They would be a whole, healthy person, right? That's able to show up and participate and know what they want. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything that you're trying to manifest, it's coming. And that's probably what you're picking up on when you're looking at this person and you're thinking like, oh, if I just be a safe space, if I just be consistent, if I love them from a distance, if I don't apply pressure, they'll come back. You feel that someone important is coming, right? Unfortunately, it looks like you got your sights set on this temporary situation. And because you are so intuitive, you're getting a little bit lost in the sauce, because you're not realizing that what you're feeling really is a soulmate coming into your life, but it's not this person, okay? It's the person after this person, or the person that you met during, dealing with this person. I want to take a look at your person's card for the future, because it really does look like they end up either getting someone pregnant or feeling like they met the love of their life, right? And sometimes what I'll say about that is, like, the universe will allow people to fall for their own delusions so they can learn a lesson. You get what I'm saying? And unfortunately, with this justice in the reverse, it looks like you're going to be learning a lesson in the future, because you'll see this person investing in somebody that may be new to them. And you're like, how could this happen to me when I've done everything right? I wasn't toxic. I wasn't dramatic. I didn't, get in my feels. I tried to be rational, and then here we are, right? The person you're dealing with is, what I'm seeing is them trying to move on and putting themselves in a situation that, what's weird is like they know it's not gonna work. It's almost like their way of trying to get you out of their space by doing the one thing that they know is going to make you frustrated, right? Everything that I gave you, you don't even care about. You turn around and you treat somebody so much better, and it wouldn't have killed you to do something nice for me. They're doing this on purpose because they want you to feel rejected. They want you to feel disappointed in them. So let's see why that is. Okay, so for those of you who set this boundary or gave this kind of ultimatum, this person is doing everything as a knee-jerk reaction rather than try to get on your level or get better or meet you where you are. They're putting someone else on a pedestal and trying to piss you off to the point that you will just love them so much that you'll settle for anything. Okay? And so they don't have to change. Because with this justice in the reverse, it feels like you may even say something where it's like, hey, what are you doing? And instead of them telling you what they're doing, they go out with somebody else and they give somebody else everything they should have given to you. This is someone who is rebellious and they're angry and they take it out on the people who love them. This is someone who wants you to be in the Queen of Wands reversed because they're in the King of Wands reversed. So unfortunately, because they're not a match for you, instead of getting into the vibration that you're in and getting on your level, they're trying to put you in the vibration that they're in and bring you down. They want to activate that feeling of like, oh my God, I love this person so much. I don't want to lose them. Never mind about what I wanted. Never mind about what I told you I needed from this. It's okay. Just come back. Right? And I think that that's really manipulative and it's really crappy that this person is trying to exploit the way that you feel about them to get out of having to show up for you in a way that's respectful or that's consistent, especially when they're willing to do that for a perfect stranger just to piss you off. So I mean, I guess you could take it like, wow, everything this person is doing in the future is because of me, because they're trying to get me to lower my standards. How flattering, right? But if you do that, you're just going to create this again where you're waiting, right? You're waiting while you're watching someone else get what you deserve, and it's probably going to end up being a temporary situation, whatever they're doing, but they could end up with a kid because of this, right? They could end up creating a whole new situation that they have to be present for a very long time because of what they're doing, right? And it's like, that's a lot of work. You just signed up for 18 years of taking care of somebody else with somebody else instead of just reading the self-help book I gave you, right? Like, it's very, it's quite ridiculous, to be frank. You get what I'm saying? And because this person doesn't know themselves, they don't know what they want. So everything that they see, they're all over the place. They're not going to be with this person forever because they're going to get bored. When they see that this isn't working to make you budge or to make you change or just take them back, regardless of how they show up, they'll stop putting work into whoever this is that they're putting on a pedestal. But at the same time, is this something that you want to keep dealing with, right? Your advice is 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Hanged Man. So there's a soulmate in your midst or someone who's coming in for you, and they'll come in at a very rapid pace. The thing is you're being advised to hold off on this. It might be time to shut the door on this, and rather than like going into your intuition and being like, okay, this person is wounded and I feel that they're just doing this to get back at me. Just maybe look at it and be like, from what I see, you've made your choice. And I don't know you because you don't know you, right? How am I supposed to be able to prognosticate or guess or divine what you're doing next or why you're doing what you're doing when you don't know why you're doing what you're doing? I don't have time for this, right? Because what I'm seeing is if you can pull that energy back, if you're willing to wait, you got somebody coming in very, very quickly, right? They're going to see you as like everything you're watching this, you will be watching this person that you wanted to do for someone else. There's going to be somebody that will do even more and it'll be their pleasure to do it, right? It's going to be somebody that calls you like, good morning, have you eaten yet? I'm at the bagel shop. I'm going to grab you breakfast before I go to work because you're my king or my queen or whatever. And I just love being around you and I want to make sure you're good, right? You will find somebody, and it's funny because you don't even find this person. They actually find you. And they will put themselves in all kinds of situations just to please you, right? They'll be so giving and kind and all of these things that you wish this person would have been, and that this person is showing you they can be to everyone but you. Your prize is someone else, okay? But your first step is to see this for what it is rather than what you feel like it is. You get what I'm saying? Even if this is your twin or whatever the case is, take this person at their actions. Take this person at their words. It looks like there really aren't any at this time, right? So if they're showing you who they are, believe them. Believe them. You don't need to fix this person. You don't need to wait for this person. You don't need to be that source of constant love or forgiveness to this person. You deserve a life too. This is unacceptable to be showing all of this attention to someone who they don't even want. They're just trying to piss you off and get you to lower your standards. So keep your standards, stay the course, right? Unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with some disappointment, but the universe is trying so hard to get you to move away from this situation so that you can get the prize for dealing with this person. Unfortunately, this person is not the prize. You get what I'm saying? So, you're going to do with it what you want. I'm sorry if that makes you upset, but this is the energy for September, and it certainly can change. At this moment, though, this is what I see. So if you have your heart set on this person, you might want to watch your other placements and see if you can get some additional messages. Or you could keep waiting, but I think it's just very disrespectful what you're seeing. You know what I mean? And so it's like you want this person to see all the good about themselves. You need to see all the good about you and realize that this isn't something that you should have to wait around for. You know what I mean? All right. Your oracle message. You got power. You instinctively know what is right for you and you have the power to walk away or say no at any time. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Bottom of the deck, embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So, it's very possible that this person came into your life to show you what's missing. Sometimes we don't even know what we're missing because we've never had it. You get what I mean? We've never even known we wanted it. And with this person, you wanted them to participate. You wanted them to show up. And perhaps that's not something you felt before. You haven't felt in a very long time. This person is like they came into your life to reignite that interest in a connection, in a relationship, and having a partner that's always there. And I feel like they were able to show you something about yourself, right? That is something that you desire. But it's very possible that that was just this person's job, was to come in and kind of get you out of the funk you've been in of like, everybody sucks and I'm not going to meet the one, right? As far as imagining you and your beloved surrounded by light, you need to try to meditate if you feel comfortable and kind of open it up, right? Keep manifesting what you're manifesting. But what I'm seeing is that you're so focused on it coming from a certain place. Maybe just imagine what your beloved would be like outside of this person. What kind of qualities does that person have? How do they show up for you? You don't need to put a face on that person or a name to that person. But I feel like your manifestation isn't working because you're focused on trying to get someone to do something that they're not meant to do, but that they also wouldn't even know how to do. If somebody put a gun to their head, they would not know how to do this for you, right? They're doing it for someone else very easily. So they know how to do it, and it's a slap in the face. But at the end of the day, right, they can't do this for you. It's almost like the universe won't allow them to do this for you because whatever they do for you is nowhere near what you deserve. So it's actually a really good thing that this person can't show up for you, right? All right, Cancer, you take very good care of yourselves, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.